I run a party bus, so I deal with lots of young people out at the weekend, and particularly when on wine tours and the like. The young come up to me and they realise I'm a fairly easy person to get on with, and so they start to ask me some of life's questions. An 18-year-old might ask, say, "Andy, what's it like to fall in love?" A 24-year-old may say, "Andy, we despair at the thought we may never be able to buy a house." Well, I say that's ridiculous. The house was provided by God or nature, depending on your thinking, for all living things to share. And it only takes a group of 10 people 10 days to build a house. Why does it take a young couple half a lifetime to pay off the house? But the problem that's become more prominent to me is the 28-year-old girl saying to me, "Andy, we can't find males prepared to commit," in other words, get married. And so and this has changed somewhat in recent years, and now they're saying to me, "Andy, we can't even find boyfriends." And so I say to the boys of the same age, I ask males from 28 to say 35, I say, "You fellas going to get married then?" And they go, "Andy, who on earth would want to get married? It's a disaster." And what these boys are referring to, and when I quiz them further, and what these boys are referring to is that they see marriage as a disaster because the middle-aged women in particular are throwing the males out. The middle-aged girls are saying, "Oh, I can manage without him, I'm bored with him, I'll throw him out." And women think that no-fault divorce has been a win for women, and it's been exactly the opposite. The effect of no-fault divorce, throwing somebody out when you're bored with them, is that the males are not prepared to marry on this basis. And if you think about it, all through history, we never had a problem getting girls to get married, but we've always had a problem getting males to get married. So if we're going to get the boys to get married, we're going to have to make things a little more comfortable for the boys. They're not going to go into with fear that things might happen later on and be problematic. So no-fault divorce has to go. The next thing is the advertising. I remember picking up a while ago a woman's magazine, and on the front page, one heading said, "How come other women are having better sex?" And I thought, oh my goodness, this is like an advertising for people to break their relationships, for girls to leave men, to go and be unfaithful. And you can see the same message in some of the television programs. Programs like Sex and the City. We thought the bad word was sex, but that's not the bad part. The bad part is that this is a group of middle-aged, manipulative women that manipulate situations for their benefit. There's never a consideration for the other person. There's never a consideration for the other person, which is the Christian way. The Christian way is to do something and hope that it benefits and it's for the good of the other person. And this program is completely selfish. The situation is not helped by Seinfeld, and that's another program with selfish people. There are programs like 2.5 Men. In 2.5 Men, the characters portrayed, if you are a hard-working person and holding down a good job and doing your job well, then you're portrayed as an idiot. And if you get married, then the marriage is going to be strife, and the ex-wife is going to be a nasty, poke your eyes out, nasty woman. But the hero is a time-wasting person, and he's portrayed as a hero, and he jumps in and out of bed with different women each day, provided they're good-looking. So this is sending another inappropriate message, that even if you're good-looking, you can leap in and out of bed with somebody, if you just feel like it. This is not acceptable. And then programs like Friends, where the women are portrayed as heroes, then they talk the men down, but the women don't actually do anything, yet they're portrayed as heroes. They're not saving anything, they're not being helpful to anybody, and it's a group of people that can't form decent relationships and struggle and fail in their efforts to make relationships. And one line I seem to remember was almost anti-marriage. It was, what, she's going to have a baby? Oh, and go through all that pain? Why doesn't she just get rid of it? This is all anti-Christian.